Hello there again from Central Virginia. If you've not been here before, my name's Rebecca and I'm an organic no-dig gardener in Central Virginia. Yesterday I picked my first batch of Ruth Stout potatoes, and you can check that video out in my potatoes playlist on this channel. And I now am going to flip that Ruth Stout bed. There is nothing more simple than growing things the Ruth Stout way. Basically, that is a deep mulch system, and you just are piling up hay over time, letting it compost down and planting into it. That's how I did my potatoes, and today what I'm going to do is flip that bed and grow some pumpkins. I started these pumpkins a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago now, just so that I would have them ready to go when I was going to flip this potato bed. And today we're going to do just that. Now, pumpkins are very, very hungry. So what I'm going to do is add in some of my homemade compost here. You don't have to do this. I just do it just because I have that compost and I want to make my pumpkins as happy as I possibly can. When I've planted these little seedlings, I'm going to transplant them and then wash them in with some fish emulsion. Again, not necessarily, but it's gonna help them get over this transplant shock. Now, we have had some interesting weather here in Central Virginia. We had a very cool spring, and then we had a super, super hot spell in the middle of April, and then it got cool again, and then it got super, super rainy. So that is kind of a challenging time to grow. Nonetheless, I am getting these pumpkins in the ground a little bit late, but I think they're going to be fine because we have a very long growing season here in Central Virginia. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road, shall we? Now, this is the potato bed that I pulled my potatoes out of. And right beside it is a bed that I made in the fall. You can see a video on this as well in my No Dig Garden section. And this actually was made with wood chips down on the ground, blood meal, and alfalfa pellets. But now, and then hay piled deep on top. But you can see it's now pretty much all composted down. So I have some dahlias growing in here, which are doing fantastic. I have some artichokes and some lemongrass at the end. So I'm going to put a couple of pumpkins in here, and I'm going to put a couple of pumpkins down here. And they will continue to grow. I pulled out some garlic on that side, and here you can see some leeks, which will be harvested over the next couple of weeks as well while the pumpkins get going. So the pumpkins will be able to go all up and down this row and wherever they want. Now, this is the potato bed that I pulled the potatoes out of yesterday. And you can see I had pulled out all of the hay, or pulled out the potatoes. I'm going to be planting into this area. You can see that I've got leeks growing here, but they're going to be harvested fairly soon. And I'll be pulling them out so the pumpkins can just grow all down this aisle. I also have this particular bed, which was an addition onto this no-dig bed. And I had made this in the fall. You can watch a video on it using wood chips and blood meal and fish emulsion and also some alfalfa pellets. And you can see that this is pretty well composted down at this point. So I'm going to be also putting in a pumpkin or two in this area. One of the things I just love about growing Ruth Stout style is it's so easy. Now, this is already really composted down. I don't have to do much, but I'm just going to add in a bunch of compost in this area. Extra compost is just going to really give this a huge leg up. I'll put it all around. If you've ever seen a pumpkin grow or squash or something out of compost, you know just how rich it is. So I've got a couple of different kinds of pumpkins here. This one is a tan pumpkin. It is ready to go in the ground for sure. Okay, there you go, little guy. You're going to be the happiest pumpkin in the world. You're just going to take off. Here's still an extra potato left over. Then all you need to do is water it in. You can get it right on the leaves. It'll take it in through the leaves. And we're going to cover this up with a nice layer of hay. The other pumpkin I have is called a Seminole. Woo! And that's not the way to treat your pumpkins. I'm going to plant this one about 3 feet away. Over in this new bed, this pole really is not necessary. I had it in to mark where the end of one bed was when I was first planting. All right, so what we're going to do here, load this up with the compost. Put this pumpkin in. Put a little more compost around because it's happier with compost. All the compost organisms will go in. So we're going to add some hay in all around. Keep that nice and well mulched. So truly, that's all you really have to do to transplant some pumpkins and flip a Ruth Stout bed. There's really no flipping involved. It's just adding in a little bit more organic material, putting in your transplant, and haying it up really, really, really well. If you like to experiment in the garden like I do, this might be a channel for you. So if you haven't yet subscribed, do consider doing so. At least throw a like, and please make a comment because I love interacting with my viewers. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye. All right, little pumpkins, I want you to grow. I want you to grow.